Hello class, today we're going to be introducing a new tool called Edpuzzle. You'll get to learn two things at once as we navigate through the website and also continue to learn about the Middle Ages. In order to get to the website, we're going to go to www.edpuzzle.com, and here you're going to have the options to either log in or sign up. Later today we'll all be signing up using our Google accounts, but for today I'm going to log in under mine. Once you log in, it's going to bring you to your own profile. I've already created the video for us today, so I'm going to click on My Content. And here's the one we'll be using. So just like a YouTube video, you're going to click on this button right here to begin.
Castle. Hi everybody, today we're going to continue to learn about the Middle Ages. Pay attention because we're going to have some questions for you.
Now the really cool thing about Edpuzzle is that you can add your own voice in over videos to personalize them.
Hi everybody, today we're going to continue to learn about the Middle Ages. Pay attention because we're going to have some questions for you.
Just like I did there. Now we're going to start the video.
Castles. The word conjures images of knights in armor, kings and queens, and battles. But what makes something a castle? Why were they built? And why aren't castles built anymore?
Another great feature about Edpuzzle is that you can add questions in between the video. Here's an open-ended question. Why do you think castles were built? I'm going to put for protection. You know what? Let's use full sentences. I believe castles were built for protection. And now we just submitted that to be graded. Let's continue watching.
A castle is a specific type of building made for a specific purpose. It is different than a fortress, which is a strengthened military stronghold, and it is different than a palace, which is the large, splendid home of a rich, important person.
So here's another feature. Instead of having an open-ended question, we have a multiple choice question. Based off of what you know about the Middle Ages, who do you think is the important person they are talking about? I'm going to go with King. We're going to submit it. And this gives you the correct answer right away. So we did get that one correct. And continue.
A castle is generally considered to be a large, fortified building that is also the home of a king, lord, or other important person. The first structures known as castles date back to the 9th or 10th centuries. At this time, following the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe was a dangerous place. The territory that had previously been controlled by emperors was divided between kings, lords, and princes. These smaller rulers needed a way to control the territory around them, and so they began to build castles. The earliest castles did not look much like the castles most people recognize.
Here we have yet another question. Who do you think took care of the land around the castle? Now, although I really don't want us to do this, there is a skip button. But as we know, let's always give it a good try. Who do you think took care of the land around the castle? I believe it was the fiefs. Again, because that was an open-ended question, that one needs to be graded.
They were called motte and bailey castles, and they consisted of a keep, or fortified tower, located on a raised earthen hill called a motte, overlooking an enclosed courtyard called a bailey. The motte would have been surrounded by a ditch, often created by excavating the soil used to build up the motte. The bailey would have been surrounded by a wooden fence called a palisade, and then another ditch. Sometimes water from rivers or streams would be diverted to fill the ditches around the motte and bailey, creating a moat. Mott and Bailey castles had a serious weakness, though. They were vulnerable to fire. Soon they fell out of favor and were replaced by fortresses built of stone. Stone castles were more durable, stronger against attacks, and less vulnerable to fire. But they were more time-consuming and expensive to construct. These new stone castles developed special features to improve their defenses. Castles were built on land with natural obstacles when possible, such as on the edge of a cliff or on a peninsula. Those without such defenses might be surrounded by ditches or moats. Castle builders were careful to be sure that a secure source of fresh water was available, such as a well or spring,
Note that you can pause the video at any time
or even cisterns to
and even go back
Those
a
without
scene.
such defenses might be surrounded by ditches or moats. Castle
Over here
builders
you
were
have your
careful to
volume.
be sure that a secure source of fresh water was available.
And can also go to a full screen. Okay, so that's the end of today's video. We're going to continue working on how to use Edpuzzle, and by the end of the week, you're not only going to be taking quizzes, but also creating your own for your classmates to use. Great job today!